Hello, my name is David Trimberger, and I'm doing attempt number 5 at IV insertion. So the first thing that I'm going to do is gather up all my materials, such as my universal IV start kit, which is going to have tape, gauze, an antiseptic solution, tourniquet, and then either Coban or Tachoderm. I'm also going to grab an IV flush, my proper PPE, the correct the correct IV catheter for the correct insertion site. Then I'm going to grab my IV tubing and my IV solution. After I've gathered up all my materials, I'm going to let my patient know what we are doing. Alrighty, so I'm going to be inserting an IV on you today. My goal is to give it in the arm. I'm going to try and go as quickly as I can, and you're going to feel a little poke, but it's going to help us be able to get blood off of you as well as be able to give you medication. Okay, after I've explained my procedure, I'm going to grab my solution, check the expiration date, check the clarity of it, that it's the correct solution, and that it has both of its tail port covers. Then I'm going to grab my IV tubing, check to make sure that it has no kinks, no twists. It also has both of its tail port covers. It's going to be for the right drip rating, and that I have the flow clamp as close to the fill chamber as I can with it closed off. I'm going to put on proper PPE. Going to spike my bag. Turn it upright. Fill my fill chamber about halfway. Then going to remove all of my large air bubbles. Close off my IV. Hang it and set aside for later. And then going to come over to my patient, kind of inspect the area on which I'm going to be giving my insertion. Going to kind of eyeball it. Once I see a site that could be a potential, I'll take my tourniquet, go a half an extremities width above my tourniquet, or above my insertion site. Going to be tying a basic knot, one that I can very easily be able to pop off. Then I'm going to come over, ask my patient to squeeze their arm, and I'm going to palpate the area. Okay, once I find a site that I like, I'm then going to mark it, going to take my antiseptic solution, start from the center, work my way out, and then I will grab my IV, going to inspect it for burrs, make sure that I have my bevel up. Then I'm going to come over, pull the skin tight. Then I'm going to tell my patient, all right, 1, 2, 3, big stick. There we go. And then I would advance the catheter until I feel a pop, or I start to see the flash or the blood return. I will then advance my catheter to where the hub is almost near the skin. I will then pull out my IV, take my stylet, put it off to the sharps container. I will hold pressure on my IV, attach my flush, pop my tourniquet, and then we'll flush my vein. And if I find it very easy to flush my vein, I then if I find it very easy to flush my vein, then I know that I haven't blown it. I can then pull back, and I can use the blood return that I get as another double check to see if I have blown my vein or not. I can then use that blood and give it to the ER whenever we arrive. Still continue to hold pressure. I can stabilize my IV, take either Tecaderm or Coban, stabilize it again. Then I can take my IV solution, twist it on, then I can open up my flow rate, and I will adjust to the proper flow rating, and then I will watch my patient for any changes in responsiveness, as well as making sure that they're getting a proper therapeutic index, and see if there's any irritation with the IV site. Thank you.